What is going on, everybody? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Wednesday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. We have 10 games on the main slate. Both FanDuel and DraftKings are leaving out the two 10 o'clock Eastern games. So instead of 12 games, we got 10 on the main slate. The Lakers and Heat, as well as the Magic and Kings, will be in the after-hour slate. I kind of like this new thing that FanDuel and DraftKings have been doing, leaving, the last two late games off of the main slate. So we have some value today, as usual. I'll give you 5 plays on FanDuel, one for each position. Give this video a like and subscribe. I'm doing a free Guru credit code. I figured that we should, get some free credits going since, NBA yesterday was a little bit weird. The hybrid lineup cashed. We'll go over and look at that real quick. It was a wild night. I mean, the guards were terrible. Chris Paul, 19. Marcus Smart, 9. Malik Monk, 14. Monk only played 4 minutes in the first half and then ended up playing, a huge chunk of that second half. I don't know what was going on with the Kings. I don't know why Malik Monk played 4 minutes in that first half. Luke Kennard was a decent play on this lineup. There wasn't many guys that hit value last night. Kennard was good. Kuminga was good at low ownership. Duarte I had in a lot of spots last night starting. Domantas Sabonis, 11 turnovers. I mean, last night was wild. DeRozan sold our best bet as well, getting only 16 when he needed 20. That was a blowout. Embiid got 69 fantasy points in just 3 quarters. I was all over Embiid. I had him in 100% of lineups. It ended up working out. It just didn't really fully come through to give us a winning night due to just, other absolute zeros in our lineup. So hopefully we can bounce back today. I'll give you guys that Guru credit code after the first couple of my plays. We have the first tournament of the new PGA season starting tomorrow, the Century Tournament of Champions. That's a no-cut tournament. I always like doing no-cut tournaments because we're going to have our guys play all 4 days. I'll have content today up on my website for PGA. Excited for that season to get going. So for point guard, I like Trae Young a lot. 10,300. He's been really good as of late. He needs 51 fantasy points tonight. He's projected for right around that. He has gotten over 50 fantasy points in every game but 2 games since December 11th. He had a stretch here where he was just absolutely cooking, getting, 52 plus fantasy points in 7 straight games. 67 last game against the Wizards, 40 and 13. Trae Young's been looking really, really good as of late, and it's a great matchup tonight. They're at home against the fast-paced Thunder. It's a very tight spread, a 248 over-under. The Thunder are on the second leg of a back-to-back after playing the Celtics last night. They came out with a huge W against my Celtics, which was tough to see because the Celtics came back. They were down like 18 in that second half and got it all the way within 2. But the Thunder have a lot of young guys, but, it's still, 2 games in 48 hours. They might be a little sluggish. I like this matchup for Trae Young. I think he's a guy you want to spend up on tonight at point guard. We don't have a lot of cheap value, so it might be difficult to get up to Trae Young tonight, but hopefully things can open up. We do have 20 teams playing on this main slate with some questionable guys, such as Chris Middleton on the Bucks with a knee injury is questionable. Bruce Brown in that game as well. That's another great game to pick from, a 257 over-under. That Bucks and Pacers game, along with the Thunder and Hawks game, these 2 games, huge over-unders tonight. They look really good with pretty tight spreads. Other questionable guys we got to look at, Trey Murphy on the Pelicans again. He was out last game. The Trailblazers have the most action going on their injury report today. Simons, Kamara, and Moses Brown are all questionable. Kamara and Moses Brown aren't really, breaking news. They don't really do much anyways. But, Anthony Simons has been out a few games with an illness, so we got to keep an eye out on that. Patrick Williams on the Bulls is questionable. It's a pretty light, considering that there's 10 games, it's a pretty light list of injuries for tonight. But we'll go right into shooting guard, and then we'll talk about that Guru credit code. Bradley Beal, easy value play. He's going to be very popular at 6,500. He went up a couple $100, but with no Kevin Durant, he's the number 2 guy on this offense. He needs 32 fantasy points to hit value. His minutes restriction looks like it's over. It looks like he's fully healthy. 29 minutes when he first came back, and then back-to-back games with 34. Played on January 1st. It's January 3rd, so they had, an off day yesterday for some rest. I expect him to play 32 to 36 minutes tonight against the Clippers. We have a 4-point spread, a 232 over-under, so this is a good DFS game environment for Bradley Beal. He can play point guard and shooting guard on FanDuel. I really like this play. He's going to be popular tonight. Again, there's not a ton of value for cheap guys tonight. This is a nice middle tier value at 6,500. For that Guru credit code, as usual, go over to my website. You got to be signed in. I'll have the NBA main slate content for FanDuel and DraftKings posted on my site as usual tonight around 6:30 Eastern. I'll have PGA up probably after this when I'm done doing this video, and then a 2-game after-hours slate I will definitely try to get to as well tonight. But go to the shop page. This is where you buy all your credits. These credits get you all the content on my website that I post, FanDuel and DraftKings lineups. Go over to that coupon bar where you usually buy all the credits. Type in the date, Jan 3 coins, all caps, Jan 3 coins. And like this video and subscribe. It should say coupon successfully applied, and you'll get 10 credits uploaded into your balance after the site reloads itself. And I appreciate you guys for supporting me as usual. I will be doing, so since we have only a 2-game NBA slate tomorrow on Thursday, I will be doing an NFL Week 18 video with free credits as I usually do with NFL videos. There's gonna be a lot to talk about for NFL Week 18. We got a lot of teams that don't need to win. We're already getting news. I follow Underdog NFL. We're already getting news today that certain teams are resting their starters. So Week 18 gets very, very wonky because you have every team in the NFL is playing on Sunday, and a lot of them don't have much to play for. So it's actually the hardest NFL week of the season because there's a lot of unpredictable stuff. But I'll do that video on Thursday tomorrow, so expect that sometime during the afternoon. For small forward, we're going to get cheap again here. I picked him last slate. I don't usually pick him. He's a little sketchy, but a limited value slate like tonight, as of right now, I'm going to look at Isaiah Okoro. 4,900, still sub 5,000. He has seen, usage boosts with no Darius Garland in the lineup. Evan Mobley still out. He's going to start. He's going to play anywhere from, it varies, but anywhere from 25 to 38 minutes. He played really well for me last game, 27 minutes against the Raptors. Filled up the defensive stats a little bit. 29 fantasy points. At 4,900, he needs 23 fantasy points tonight. He's projected for 23 on the dot right now, so that looks really good to me. I'll say it again. There's not a lot of, sub 5K value tonight. Okoro looks really good. It's a good matchup against the Wizards. Love targeting teams against the Wizards because the Wizards are very bad. What do we got for Vegas here? It's the first game on the slate. 9.5 spread because they're in Cleveland. So there's a little bit of a blowout risk here. 240 over under. Okoro looks really good. Max Strus has been playing pretty bad as of late. Dean Wade is just a body. He doesn't really do much. And then you got Jared Allen, who's been cooking with Donovan Mitchell. So Okoro should find his way into some usage spots here tonight. I like to play at 4,900 again. Not a lot of value out there as of right now. Power forward, I like Lauri Markkanen with this matchup against the Detroit Pistons. Markkanen's a guy who, ever since last year getting traded from the Cavs, has been really thriving with his new team in Utah. 8,100, he needs 41 fantasy points to hit value. He's averaging almost 40 on the year. It's an elite matchup against the Pistons. We all know how bad the Pistons are. It's an 8.5 point spread. When you pick guys against the Pistons, you usually have to worry about blowouts, but it is the Utah Jazz. They're also not really that good. So This game should stay remotely close to 240 over under. We just saw Jordan Clarkson drop the first triple-double for the Utah Jazz since 2008. They had gone the longest period of time as a franchise without a triple-double. That's 15 plus years without a triple-double. Jordan Clarkson off the bench gets it done. Who would have ever thought? Who had that on their single game parlay? But I like Lauri Markkanen at 8,100. He only played 26 and 24 minutes the last two games due to blowout. When the game is remotely close and he's playing well, he's going to see anywhere from 32 to 38 minutes. He looks pretty good at 8,100. By no means like a must play, but if you're looking for a guy in the 8,000 tier, I like Markkanen. Again, there's not a lot of cheap value, so maybe you don't want to spend up on a guy like Markkanen tonight, but I like him. If I can get to him, I'm going to pick him. Small forward and power forward eligibility on FanDuel. And then for center, looking like the best cheap value play on the slate right now. No Kevin Durant. We're going to go to Chimezie Metu. Has been starting for KD. At least he did last game. Saw 26 minutes, played pretty well. At 4,600, he needs just 22 fantasy points to hit value. If he's playing, 24 plus minutes tonight, starting in the absence of KD, we can project him for over 20 fantasy points. He looks like a pretty safe value bet. He can really hit value pretty easily when he gets the minutes. And with no KD tonight, they're clearly looking at Chimezie Metu to be starting at power forward again against these Clippers. So Metu, eligibility for center and power forward on FanDuel, which is always big as well. Looking like an all-around great spend down for tonight's slate. That'll do it for this video, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Like the video, subscribe. Let's have a big night tonight. NBA's been really weird as of late. Let's get after it though tonight and put in that Guru credit code on my site for those credits, and let's get after it. Until next time, I am the FD Guru.